Chapter 133, Xun Guihai. This chapter is updated by novels.pl. Looking at Duanmu Yingling's beautiful back, Zhang Yuochen was confused, yet he followed behind her without making any noise. Everywhere that Duanmu Xingling went, she left a faint fragrance in the air. Under the lead of Duanmu Xingling, they passed through a number of temples and arrived at the bottom of the cliff in Western Campus. Under the cliff, there was a waterside pavilion where a 3-level attic was under construction. The environment was classic. Looking at the 3-level attic far away, Zhang Yuochen discovered a beautiful unfamiliar human shadow. He was shocked and asked, "Senior Sister Apprentice Huang, why is she there?" Zhang Yuochen turned around and looked at Duanmu Xingling. "Let's wait and see." Duanmu Xingling smiled charmingly. Huang Yanshan was carrying her sword, standing at the top level of the attic. Her long sapphire hair rose in the wind and displayed an exceptional sense of freshness. A handsome guy in his early 20s came to the bottom of the attic. He appeared to be talking to Huang Yanjun. "That's him." Zhang Yuochen recognized the guy from the attic. He had met this guy in the daytime. He was a master among the mature students of the Eastern Campus and had obtained a powerful cultivation. Duanmu Xingling placed her soft hand on Zhang Yuochen's shoulder. She moved closer to him and murmured, "Xun Guihai, the #1 master of the Eastern Campus, ranked 14th on the profound board. Among the 4 campuses of the School of the Martial Market, only Senior Sister Apprentice Luo is able to defeat him." Zhang Yuochen touched his chin and smiled. "Why are they meeting here in the dark? Are they having a love affair? How is it possible?" Duanmu Xingling gave Zhang Yuochen a contemptuous look and said, "Xun Guihai is the prince of the Diakian Commandery, a medium-level commandery where they have always wanted to arrange a marriage with Cayenne's Yui Commandery. They hope that they can dominate Eastern 9 prefectures with the power of Cayenne's Yui Commandery. Moreover, Cayenne's Yui Commandery also wants to arrange a marriage with Diakian Commandery as well, so as to strengthen the control towards Eastern 9 prefectures." Zhang Yuochen finally understood the situation. As if he was thinking about something, he said, "Can it be that Diakian Commandery has picked Senior Sister Apprentice Huang while Cayenne's Yui Commandery has picked Xun Guihai?" "I think so." Duanmu Xingling licked her lips lightly, stared at the man and woman from afar and displayed an expression of ready for a showtime. Zhang Yuochen said, "But, earlier at the Colosseum they didn't look like they wanted to marry each other." Duanmu Xingling laughed. "That is because Xun Guihai has just found out that Sister Chen is the princess of Cayenne's Yui Commandery." "How does he know?" Zhang Yuochen asked. Duanmu Xingling responded, "I told him." "Why did you do that?" Duanmu Xingling said, "If I don't tell him, we won't have any showtime. Moreover, if Xun Guihai did marry Senior Sister Apprentice Huang, you'd have less troubles, wouldn't you?" Zhang Yuochen was even more confused. He asked, "Me? Why?" "You know what I mean." Duanmu Xingling stared at Zhang Yuochen and did the silence gesture again. All of a sudden, she said, "Stop talking. Let's listen to them." Far away, Xun Guihai stood at the bottom of the attic wearing a white shirt. He looked handsome and elegant. He was carrying a golden box in his hand and said, "Princess Yanjun, I apologize if I offended you during the day. Please don't take it personally. Guihai comes here and wants to ask for your forgiveness. Here is a red pellet pearl which is very precious. Please accept it." Huang Yanshan stepped on the cornice of the attic and glanced at him. She said coldly, "We're not familiar with each other. Why do you apologize? If you really want to apologize, fight with me." Xun Guihai laughed. "No need to fight. I'll make an announcement tomorrow saying I've beaten by you. You'll be number 14 of the profound board from now on." "How dare you insult me?" Huang Yanjun didn't appreciate, and she turned even colder. "I didn't mean it. What I meant is I'm willing to be a loser, in front of Princess Yanjun." Xun Guihai explained in courtesy. Huang Yanjun responded arrogantly, "Xun Guihai, I know your intention in coming here, but I won't agree to the arranged marriage. If your Diakian Commandery wants to arrange a marriage with our Cayenne's Yui Commandery, go marry my sisters. I have 36 sisters in total. Pick the one you like." Swish. When Huang Yanshan finished speaking, She stretched out her arms and walked into the wind. She turned to a beautiful shadow and flew to the top of the vermilion far away. Her human shadow disappeared in the dark. Xun Guihai was still standing in the attic. He put up a smile and whispered, "Huang Yanjun, since you're the princess of the Cayenne Yue Commandery, I have to marry you. Moreover, other princesses are not even 1/10 of you. How could they compare with you?" Xun Guihai left carrying the golden box. Juan Muxingling gasped and said with regret, "Ah, I thought there would be a show." "So disappointing." Zhang Yuochen said, "No one could handle a woman like senior sister apprentice Huang. If Xun Guihai does marry her, he will be absolutely regretful. Whoever marries her is in bad luck." "Well, let's go back." Juan Muxingling replied, "You're wrong. Xun Guihai will do anything to ask for the marriage with the Cayenne Yue Commandery prince. Plus, he has a very high chance of succeeding." "Why?" Zhang Yuochen asked. Juan Muxingling explained, "First, Xun Guihai is indeed an outstanding warrior who ranks 14th on the profound board. It has already made it hard for numerous geniuses to catch up. Second, although Diakian Commandery is a medium-level commandery, there is an elder of half-saint. Given the power of the half-saint elder, Cayenne Yue Commandery prince would probably agree to arrange the marriage between Xun Guihai and Sister Chen. They have a half-saint in the Diakian Commandery?" Zhang Yuochen was shocked to hear this. Juan Muxingling said, "They indeed have a half-saint and he is Xun Guihai's ancestor. The half-saint doesn't stay at the Diakian Commandery. He has gone to the human Colosseum far away. He has already been there for 60 years. It's believed that he has descended. Having such a deterrent of the half-saint, the Diakian Commandery enjoys an extremely superior status in the Oman Ridge. Their national strength ranks first among the 36 commanderies." Zhang Yuochen said, "Anyway, it's none of our businesses. It's senior sister apprentice Huang's matter to take care of. We have to go back." The quarterly assessment should have finished. The quarterly assessment lasted until midnight. Mo Qinglong had defeated Kai Chen in his second challenge and became number 8 of Western Campus. Sai Kongxiu defeated Uheilan and became number 6 of Western Campus. Uheilan dropped 1 place and ranked 7th. Since Zhang Yuochen had defeated Sai Kongxiu earlier, he became number 5 of Western Campus. The final top 10 of Western Campus were Liu Shuihan, Huang Yanjun, Duan Muxingling, Chu Amuzi, Zhang Yuochen, Sai Kongxiu, Uheilan, Mo Qinglong, Kai Chen, and Ziqian accordingly. All 10 of them would represent the school of the martial market and join the exploration examination in the middle-level heritage in 2 months' time. At the same time, they would be given 2 drops of half-saint's essence every quarter as encouragement for being the top 10 masters of Western Campus. This was also the day Western Campus distributed the half-saint's essence. Therefore, Zhang Yuochen received 2 drops of half-saint's essence. Together with the half-saint's essence that Ziqian had bought for him, he had accumulated 27 drops of half-saint's essence in total. After the quarterly assessment, Zhang Yuochen returned to Dragon Martial Temple and stayed at Black Number 1. The intermediate relic exploration test would take place in 2 months. The time to practice was very limited. The higher the cultivation that 10 of them had, the greater chance they would have of surviving in the middle-level heritage. Although the middle-level heritage was a place filled with luck, it was relatively dangerous at the same time. Even warriors of Division Profound who entered the heritage without being cautious would probably meet their death inside. Zhang Yuochen was distraught and couldn't calm himself down during these 2 days practicing in the time and space spinal. Whenever he thought of his mother in the Yunwu Commandery, he would become extremely worried. "No, I'll destroy myself if I keep practicing with such nervousness. I have to go back to the Yunwu Commandery. It would be an ideal situation if I could take my mother to the school of the martial market." Zhang Yuochen opened his eyes and released a long gasp. He whispered to himself, "I'm not sure if the war between the Square Commandery and the Yunwu Commandery has started yet. Blackie, go back to the Yunwu Commandery with me." Zhang Yuochen was extremely worried about his mother. Nothing was more important than taking care of his family. He decided to pay a visit back to his home. Although he didn't have enough time to practice for the middle-level heritage exploration test, he couldn't leave his mother in such a dangerous situation. Okay, give me 2 hours. I need to borrow some more books from the library court. Blackie turned into a black shadow and flew towards the court. I want to go see my 4th brother. Find me in his dormitory when you finish. Zhang Yuochen walked out of Dragon Martial Temple, informed Duan Muxingling that he needed to go back to his commandery and headed to Zhang Shixu's dormitory. When Duan Muxingling heard that Zhang Yuochen was going back to the Yunwu commandery, she looked worried. Yet, she merely nodded and didn't say a word. She reminded Zhang Yuochen to come back as soon as possible and not to miss the intermediate relic exploration test being held in 2 months. Zhang Shixu closed the door immediately when he saw Zhang Yuochen. A look of concern covered his face. He asked, "My 9th brother, did you kill Prince Huoxing?" Zhang Yuochen looked calm. He sat on the chair, poured water into a cup, took a sip and asked, "What happened?" Zhang Shixu was like a meat mountain sitting opposite Zhang Yuochen. He said seriously, "Of course, this is an important matter. Square Commandery has already declared war on Yunwu Commandery. I've received the latest news. Square Commandery has attacked the 12 cities on the border of our commandery, killed 100,000 our soldiers and captured more than 3 million of our people. They have all become slaves of Square Commandery. I really want to fight for my commandery on the battlefield. This is unacceptable." Zhang Yuochen looked confused and asked, "I thought they were starting the war at the beginning of next year." Zhang Shixu responded, "This was a trick in order to distract the generals of our commandery. In fact, they started attacking our commandery at night 10 days ago. Since their army sneak attacked us, 3 cities at the border of our commandery all fell within a night. When our soldiers reported the tragedy to Yunwu City, everyone in Royal Palace was frightened. Votes needed.